have CNN articles that back this stuff up, doesn't mean that it's not true, because just like the UN wants to hide the existence of a global elite, we already know that that exists, man.
Well, when you look at the different captivities, when you look at the different empires that actually ruled from secular history, from the biblical history, that's how they all operated. They all had one fashion set up, and if you didn't worship that fashion, you were outcasted. Yeah. For instance, Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel was thrown in the lion's den because the order from the king was not to make any petition to any other god. You weren't allowed to worship any other god. You had the three holy sons, right? And remember, the order and decree of that system and society of Babylon set up by Nebuchadnezzar was you supposed to bow down to that god. Yep. And if you didn't bow down to that god, then you were thrown into the fiery furnace, because that means you worship a different god. Yep. So what do you think is going to happen in this society? You think they're not going to spring up some form of system and tell you you can't worship your power? Yep. Right. Come on, man. That's the Roman Empire, the Greeks, and that's why Esau took out Salaki around me and cut you off. That's why Esau took out the Apocrypha, man, because it blatantly shows you how Esau gets down, the so-called white man, when it comes to him and his totalitarian system. That's right. How vile he gets. That's right. That's why you Christians out there, you don't understand, because you don't know the mystery, you don't know the history, you don't know the mystery, man.
That's right.
Alright, Shalom Akim. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, for allowing me to do another lesson. Yahweh is who the world inwardly calls God. Yahushai is his son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. And there's no God beside them. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to the elect. This is going to be a real quick one. I got to basically be on the move real soon. But I just wanted to hit a few pointers, show brothers a few articles, and let brothers hear the discourse of the elders. The brothers out there in D.C., Baltimore, Hawaii, and Virginia, brothers all getting up in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. All right, as I look at it as like kings sitting around a table and council. All right, and this is that's why I had this queued up. Sirach 8 and 9, miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learn of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and through their apostles, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, those brothers are elders, some of them brothers, but then you have the elder bishops of Connecticut, as well as the apostles, who've been speaking of and bringing out various information, of how these devils been planning on moving towards the digital or cashless society, and I have a few articles I want to show brothers. Like I said, I got to make this real quick, so I'm not going to read throughout the article, but Lord willing, I'll remember, I'll put the link in the description box. But it says, and of them thou shalt learn understanding. All right, so we're learning understanding. We're understanding what the times we're living in, and to give answer as need requireth. And when we go out there in the highways and hedges with banners, and people have questions, we tell them this is what's happening. Got banners of the RFID chip. All right, which that's going to be that's the MOTB written of in Revelations 13. That's going to tie you into the IoT. All right, we have banners written of banners of martial law that's coming in effect. All right, banners of so-called UFOs. All right, so that's been heavy in effect. Okay, so we learn understanding, and it's how we're able to go out and tell the people. And through the scriptures say, before it come forth, I tell you of it. All right, how the Lord is going to tell you of it? Through his prophets. And when the things come to pass, as it says in Ezekiel 31 or 33, that says, then you shall know that a prophet was among you. Okay. So with that being said, I got a few articles which is they're a little bit a week or so old, but it's still relevant. All right. So there's one article. Like I said, I'm not going to read through. It says central bank digital currencies are coming. What will the consequences be? All right. And I just, explain to you the consequences. All right. And the article is, I guess, it's a decent article. However, the point is made down here where it says the only thing that limits central banks from total monetary dominion is the fact that physical dollar holdings and even digital bank transfers can be accounted for. Once those dollars are out in the ether, I guess how you say it, there's not much that central banks can do to hide them, and eventually inflation will reveal the truth. The bankers need a new system which allows them total control of every single penny from creation to circulation. Again, when we go into Revelations 13, all right, it basically speaks about how this system, which this system is ran by, as the brother was going into, the technology, all right, and people are influenced by the technology, which the technology is going to run the money, and that's how you're able to basically live by the money system. All right, but ultimately it just leads to them having total control over you. All right, and it says they want the ability to make money appear or disappear in real time. More than that, they want the ability to track every single dollar, including who has them and what they are using them for. They want to be able to micromanage trade and thus achieve a financial totalitarian empire. And as the brother was going into, you have China that's already ahead of the curve, so to speak. Switzerland that's doing multitudes of majority of the transactions, and with facial recognition or on your phone or some type of handheld device. And there was a article that came out to where Biden was saying how they got to step their game up over here in the U.S. Which with all these other countries getting on the board, that'll make America speed up that much faster, which is beautiful for us, so we can get the hell up out of here. Because America, which is written up in Revelation 17 as that whore that sat upon a beast, has to be number one at all times. Okay. So like I said, it's just real quick. I want to show brothers this other article, which these are things we already know. However, I'm just bringing it out also for the naysayers or those who may think we talking shit. All right, so this is another one, which I wasn't really sure. I was still trying to, trying to get more info on this. However, brothers can look it up on their own. Like I said, I'm gonna put them in the description box. Brothers that has more knowledgeable on this can get into it. It says Senate bill classifying Bitcoin as a digital commodity to be introduced today. You see? So now in the Senate, all right, which I believe the law has to go through I want to say either the House or the Senate, or even both before it can actually be, put into play, So it shows you which cryptocurrency is it's a gateway, right, to the CBDC. As a matter of fact, I don't know if it's in that article, that last article I just read, that speaks about how they're actually trying to create their own coin. These different central banks. All right, but this is pretty alarming. If the other ones weren't, it says Iran pays first import order with crypto. The move could help the country bypass U.S. sanctions. Iran has placed its first international import order using $10 million worth of cryptocurrency, the Tasnim news agency reported on Tuesday. It did not specify which crypto was used in the transaction. By the end of September, the use of cryptocurrencies and smart contracts will be widely used in foreign trade with target countries. Iran's Deputy Minister of Industry, Mine and Trade, Alireza Payman-Pak, said on Twitter. The move could reportedly enable Tehran to circumvent U.S. sanctions that have crippled the economy. Iran has been struggling through decades of economic restrictions, including an embargo on the country's oil, banking, and shipping sectors. In 2019, the government amended digital assets laws to allow locally minded crypto for import payments. Iran gets most of its foreign goods from China, the United Arab Emirates, India, and Turkey, according to Trading Economics. You see? So this is, like I said, this is only going to push its allies, Iranian allies, to get on board, you know, as they do trade with each other, which is going to push America to want to be ahead of the curve, you know. But at the end of the day, it's all going to fail. All right. The Mossad literally said he disappointed the crafty of the wicked, roughly paraphrasing the book of Psalms. Was it Psalms and 10? He disappointed the devices of the crafty. You know, and this device of his, as we just read, is for them to have total control. All right. But that God status is only for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. All right. And every time when you go into history, every time Esau tried to X the Most High out, well, he got too big for himself. Or not just even Esau, but the rulers of that time. All right, like Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel's the 5th chapter, the Most High had to humble him. You know, and the Most High is going to humble this devil in the greatest way by putting him under the Most High Yahweh. All right, putting him under his captors. You know, and the Lord said, "What? While he is eating." Let me grab that. You know, Esau gonna eat a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get to taste it, but he ain't gonna finish the meal. Right? Scriptures say at 1 hour, the Most High gonna flip the whole table, basically. You know, through his son Yahweh Shah. This is Job 20:18. That which he labored for shall he restore. You know, and like I said, when we go into you know, but them different like talk shows, the apostles always go into it, of how they would basically you know, different people that used to be in that seat, you know, in the Senate or whatever, and they would basically spill the beans on the devil, and his plans for the future. And these, mind you, these are shows that came out in the early 90s, late 80s. You know, with the guy Eustace Mullins. What's that other? It's another show. I forgot the name of it. Lord willing, I'll remember it, and I'll put it in the description. It says, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. You know, so this devil been planning. You know what I'm saying? Planning shit, then shit not working. Planning shit not working. Planning shit not working. You know, as a matter of fact, this devil was supposed to have this digital thing up and running, going to show you that it's not of him. You know, though he feels that he is of the heavenly, that he is of the same power of God, it's not of him. You know, that which he labored for shall he restore. When in the book of Romans, in 9th chapter, it tells us that the Most High is allowing him to, you know what I'm saying, get extra push-ups in. So he can feel that much more swole. So the Most High can cave his chest in that much more harder. And shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor. You know, when you cooking a meal, the best part is when you get to sit down and enjoy it. And when you see others enjoying it. However, that's not going to be the case. Because he have violently taken away in house which he buildeth not. Okay? Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desireth. Alright? Because we got to remember, World War III is still brewing up. You know? And I personally believe that's going to be a culprit of World War III. How Esau is going to try to shove this NWO down everybody's throat. But a lot of people is not going to be with it. You're going to have a lot of people that will. But you're going to have a lot of people that won't. You know? And there's an old video called All Wars Are Bankers' Wars. You know? So it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency. So like, let me read back at verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desire. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. You know? And those missiles is right, you know. Esau can't escape. Is made to destroy him. Let me finish it off. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, out of the silos. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. Okay, as it says in Joel 2. Before him was as Eden, behind him was as a desert, a desolate wilderness. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. All right, and those that are left here, you know, you just going in that bunker. Hey, we always say it, you know, you just going to your gravesite. You know, the heaven shall reveal his iniquity. And the scripture saying Amos 9 for those that, you know, go hide in the rocks and in the deep seas. You know, you just going to be the first for slavery. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of the wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God. Okay, so the Most High just, you know, leading you along, you know, just to receive your heritage. You know, as the scriptures say, what, Proverbs 16 and 9. Let me grab that, because Esau really think he got it. Right? A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. You know, he think he gonna do this, but not knowing that the Most High is in charge of those whom the Most High is in charge of those whom he take counsel with. All right, lying, seducing spirits, as it says in Isaiah 47. So that's pretty much it, man. Let me get out of here. Get back watching these brothers, man. Lord willing, you brothers was edified. Like I said, man, I'm going to throw those articles in the description box for you, brothers. So shalom to the elect.